on what we think is best for us as it relates to Sunday. That's our goal. That's our focus. You want to keep that momentum going. So you want the players to keep the touch in the field. But we're going to be real cautious about it.
How much, if anything, will you guys be kind of keeping an eye on the scores? I know that's other people's jobs to figure out the packing and whether you're going to Vegas or
Right.
Connecticut. But in your mind, I'm just curious. Like, are you kind of interested? What are you thinking, or you just kind of don't tell me, or tell me at halftime, or anything like that?
Yeah, Brian and I just actually had that conversation. So he's gonna let if I ask, he'll be ready. But I'm really focused on making sure that we're taking care of our business tonight and putting ourselves in a position to be ready for what's ahead of us.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Kind of picking up on that, with Washington being, for lack of a better word, kind of a desperate team right now, playing for their playoff life. How do you kind of approach that, and what's most challenging about that?
Yeah, these guys, they're playing for their life. They're playing to move on to that next round. A lot of things are at the mercy of other things happening across the league. It's just, this is probably in all my years one of the craziest finishes to a season with where people are going to go. I don't know if I've ever had to sit on a runway and wait to see if I'm going to Connecticut or to Vegas. So, yeah, just they had a lot of injuries this year. Washington did, and but they are an extremely good team and very talented. Um, we're going to go out and do what we need to do for us. I've always said that we make it about us, for us to make sure we're just getting better, or that 1% better every game.
Hi, Coach. Rob Knox from the Next. Quick question. What's impressed you the most about Caitlin Clark's growth from day one through now? Maybe not so much on the court, but maybe off the court, like growth-wise, adjusting to the WNBA and just maybe beginning to come into her own with maybe finding her voice or just not being afraid to speak up anymore.
Yeah, when she first she got to training camp, I mean, she did what you would think any rookie would do, just come in, try to feel their way out and with their teammates. It didn't take long for her. I mean, we all know her personality to just jump right in, and she's such a competitor, wants to win in the worst way. So I always was wanting to talk about, what we were doing and why we were doing certain things. That this league is so different than anything she's experienced. I mean, this is the best women's league in the world. And she's done a really good job of figuring out how to handle the physicality of it, the speed. Probably what I'm most proud of her is just her playmaking skills that have allowed her to get her teammates involved in ways they've not had before. Playing with someone like Caitlin, who draws so much attention, just really frees up a lot of players on the court. And she is a willing passer all the time, to whoever that open player is. And took some time for our players to get used to some of those passes that she does make. But I think we're in a good place now we've kind of gotten to know each other. We know each other's habits, how we move. And so just really proud of her, and just understanding running a team as well. Understanding we always talk right before a game just about what some sets are that we run that could be good for us in these different against these different teams. Giving her the opportunity to make some of those calls in games, like she's really grown in that area. But just overall, I mean, her playmaking for everyone else, and then also just she's really worked on the defensive end of the floor as well too, and that's something that our whole team needed to really buy into, and she has as well.
Coach, since the last time you saw Washington, obviously they've gotten bodies back, have changed a few things with the rotations. What has been the biggest two things, maybe one on offense and one defensively, that you've noticed from them since that last matchup that maybe gives you some concern tonight?
Yeah, Brittany Sykes gives me concern. We haven't played against her at full go, and so she is just, she's a challenge. I mean, she's her speed and her quickness, and that piece. Steph's ability to shoot the ball. She's shot the ball extremely well. So when you're talking about schemes and pick and rolls and how you're going to guard, just want to make sure you always have a hand up with her. Offensively, they are going to get out and make every pass hard for us. They're going to really get in the passing lanes. We have a tendency to kind of just play and think the ball's just going to get to us. We've got to make sure that we're setting up our man and getting open on the wings, and then being able to reverse the basketball, change sides of the floor.
You got two on Zoom. Start with Lindsay, then finish with Matt. Lindsay, go ahead. Hey, Christy, Lindsay from USA Today here. Caitlin's obviously playing great and AB and Kelsey, but Lexi Hull is playing awesome lately and really seems to be like an X factor going into the postseason. I wondered how you've seen Lexi and Caitlin's friendship develop and how that's helped their on-court chemistry. Kate Martin was telling me the other day, it's like the perfect example of a great player making her teammates better.
Yeah, I'll start with just Lexi in general. I mean, she wasn't, getting the minutes at the start of the season and just kept working to do whatever our team needed. I call Lexi just a great professional. Showed up every day. And then all of her hard work just really paid off for her. And then she got some confidence and started hitting shots and just did exactly what we needed her to do. She's always going to defend. She's always going to make, probably draw the best opposing player between her and Kelsey, according to the position. But she's going to give you everything there. But then also offensively, with her ability to just knock down shots, that's when we talk roles at the beginning of the game. One is to defend, and the second is to knock down open shots, and that's what she's done for us, and that's contributed to a huge part of our success, 100%. Her and Caitlin getting to know each other. They built this friendship, this bond. Caitlin, to me, that's what makes players great is they make players around them better. And Caitlin has done that for us, for Lexi, for AB, for Kelsey Mitchell, for Nalissa Smith. She just does that, and that's what separates her.
Matt, last one.
Yeah, hi, Christy. Obviously, you talked about you're going to be distributing minutes in a way that sets you up well for Sunday, but was just curious if any of the starters kind of personally came to you and said, hey, maybe tonight is a situation where I could take it a little bit lighter just in the preparation for Sunday.
Yeah, the way I have always been and the way I lead is I do a lot of communicating, probably over communicate a lot with players. It's funny you ask that and you ask what they say they need, but these guys, I don't have a single starter who's ever played in a playoff game. So, I'm trying to, we're all trying to figure out what we need because this is just new for us where we are. But yeah, I mean, I've had conversations with several of them about what tonight is going to look like. And they know what our goal is. So, they're just, they are always just whatever we're needing to do to prepare ourselves for what that next is.